Next movie is the final movie of part 2 of this series, Captain America Civil War. It is also the final movie of the Captain America series. This movie addresses a very fundamental issue when it comes to superheroing. When superheroes are fighting supervillains, a lot of things are damaged and destroyed. Collateral damage is a major issue when it comes to superheroing, and that is what this movie addresses. So in the movie Age of Ultron, the major fight sequence happens in Sokovia and a lot of people die. One of those people is this boy whose mother actually approaches Tony Stark and asks him for accountability. She tells him that you may have been saving the world, but in the process you couldn't save my son, so how am I supposed to deal with that? How am I supposed to trust you as a superhero? This really gets Tony Stark, and so he decides to go to the government. The government comes up with a solution called the Sokovia Accords. Basically, this means that all the superheroes will be working for the government and will be accountable to them. So they can't just go anywhere they want, do whatever they want, whenever they want it. This causes a rift between members of the Avengers, and the Avengers split into two groups: Team Captain America, who are against the Sokovia Accords, and Team Iron Man, who are for the Sokovia Accords. Also, a major factor for this rift between the Avengers is to do with Bucky Barnes. Captain America is biased about Bucky Barnes because obviously he was his friend since childhood, but Tony Stark believes that Bucky Barnes should be handed to the government, and that is how justice should be served. Captain America is against it. A lot of things happen, and ultimately the main villain of this movie turns out to be this guy called Zemo, who lost his family in Sokovia, and so was just taking revenge by creating the rift between the Avengers. So either way, Avengers is divided into two teams: Team Captain America and Team Iron Man. Team Captain America includes Captain America, Bucky, that's Winter Soldier, Sam Wilson or the Falcon, Hawkeye or Agent Barton, Wanda Maximoff or Scarlet Witch, and Ant-Man. That's right. So he's recruited by Sam Wilson, as you may remember from the previous movie Ant-Man. And Team Iron Man includes Iron Man, that's Tony Stark, War Machine or Rhodey, Natasha Romanoff, or Black Widow, Vision, obviously, and two new characters. First is Black Panther, who is the king of Wakanda. Now, Wakanda is this place. Now, I will explain about Wakanda more in the next movie, that is the Black Panther. All you need to know about Wakanda is that it has the largest reserve of vibranium, which is the metal that was used to make Captain America's shield. And the second new character is Spider-Man. Spider-Man is recruited by Tony Stark in this movie. So, these are the characters. Ultimately, Team Cap is captured and imprisoned. All except Captain America and Bucky Barnes are captured. Now these two are going to Siberia. The reason is revealed by the Winter Soldier earlier in this movie. Hydra actually created not one but 6 other Winter Soldiers as well. So Zemo actually finds out this information from the Winter Soldier, and so they think that he is going there to wake these people up as they are all in cryo freeze in Siberia, and so they want to stop that. But of course, when they reach there, they find out that Zemo has already killed those 6 people in their sleep, and it was not really his intention to wake those 6 super soldiers up, but instead he wanted Cap and Bucky to reach there, and also Iron Man or Tony Stark to reach there as well. When Tony Stark does reach there, he almost has a truce with Captain America. That is until he finds out that the Winter Soldier was responsible for killing his parents. So he's completely driven insane because of this, and he attacks Captain America and the Winter Soldier with all his might. Now, in the end, I guess Tony Stark is defeated because Cap and Bucky just walk out of there and are given refuge in Wakanda by the Black Panther, who is the king of Wakanda. And Iron Man is left with a FedEx package which contains a cell phone, a flip phone might I add, with only one number, and that is the number of Captain America. So in the end, we see that Tony Stark realizes that the Sokovia Accords don't make any sense, and that because of them, they won't be able to do real superheroing. So yes, it might be true that they might be the reason that So much collateral damage is taking place, but at the same time, they are the only people who will be able to stop imminent threats in the near future. Stuff's not resolved between Cap and Stark, but it's all okay. So yeah, that is the end of Captain America Civil War. Hulk and Thor were not a part of this movie. The reason behind this will be revealed in the third movie of the Thor series, Thor Ragnarok. Until then, this is it. This is the end of the class. This is the end of part 2 of our series. We have just one more part to go. And let me remind you once more, Avengers Endgame is just a few days away. So we are in the Endgame now.